As we'd hunkered down in our Liberationists' headquarters after the raid, I played our last moments together over and over in my mind, her final words whispering past my ear in a perpetual loop. "If anyone can fix this thing, it's you." And maybe I had begun to believe her. Marcus must have too. It was the reason he and the Liberationists had tracked me down. Why he'd rescued me from falling back into the hands of the congressman. And I was grateful to him for that, even if I wasn't sure how much of an asset I could be. I shifted, anxiety prickling in my chest. The brick wall of the warehouse was cool and thick at my back, completely unwilling to share any of the secrets that lay behind it. If I could only look through it like glass and know whether I'd find Missy there. In front of us, Marcus crouched next to Ian, his second in command. Other than their coloring, they looked like they could be brothers. The same fit, compact bodies, the same almond-shaped eyes and strong jaws. I didn't know their exact ages, but they couldn't have been more than 10 years older than me. Honestly, it still shocked me that there were male pets in the world. Not that NuPet had created them, just that they had existed all this time without my knowing. There was so much NuPet had kept from us. Our ignorance gave them power. Now the secret was out. Pets like Marcus and Ian craved the same freedom we did. That need boiled in them. I could see it simmering in Marcus now, amping up his already intense demeanor like he might erupt from it at any second. He turned around, and the group of us drew in a collective breath, waiting for his signal. We'd rehearsed the plan at least 20 times. The side door would be open, the informant had told us that much. Ian would hold the door, making sure we each made it inside. Ian met my eye. The corners of his mouth curved up ever so slightly, and he nodded. It wasn't a large gesture, but it felt as reassuring as a hug, as calming as if he'd placed his solid hands on my shoulders and looked me into my eyes, telling me that he believed in me. Marcus and Ian had kept Penn and me involved in their planning, treating us like we were one of them from the moment we'd arrived. Penn was a natural. He joked that all the time he'd spent watching crime dramas had been like years of free training, but it didn't come easily for me. For days, my head had ached with the newness of it. How could there be so many words I didn't know? Intel, floaters, moles, informants, leaks, bona fides, covers. I felt like I was fresh out of the kennel again, when everything was unfamiliar and overwhelming. They couldn't slow the pace to wait for me to catch up, so I did my best to take it all in. There were phone calls to intercept and whispered conversations to record in back rooms and alleys. They rolled out maps of the warehouse for us to familiarize ourselves with. But even though I knew I needed this information, I couldn't concentrate. I kept going back to what the reporter, Ms. Wesley, had told us before the men from NuPet broke down the door and took Missy. "They aren't going to recondition the pets. They're going to kill them." Kill them. Those words echoed in my ears along with Missy's. None of the girls had shown up at the kennel yet for NuPet's promised reconditioning program. Marcus was 100% confident about that. He had eyes stationed inside and out of the NuPet facilities. But it wasn't until the tip came in the night after I arrived that he learned about NuPet's plans to dispose of the girls outside the kennel grounds. The tip had been accompanied by a grainy cell phone photo of at least 50 girls huddled together in the middle of the warehouse. This warehouse, each shackled around the ankle to a long chain winding around their feet like a giant snake. 50 girls. It didn't seem like that many, not compared to how many there were still out there in other parts of the country, but to me, it looked like 1,000. I had searched their faces for Missy's, but the photo was too grainy. Any of them could have been her.